All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
This is the brother Ra'aya
The brother Kaya.
of the GMS New Orleans camp coming at you with another lesson. But before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word and truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure to the end. And to the few sincere Aqua diligently learning in silence. Shalom.
Shalom.
And as you can see from the title of this lesson, the first shall be last. Hey, these Edomites, these so-called white people are in the position of power right now. But with all these end time signs quickly coming to pass, that there's about to be a role reversal. The tail, which is the head right now, is going to go back to its rightful place, the tail, while the head, which is the tail, the children of Israel, your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are going to about to go back to their rightful place, being at the head. And with this lesson, not only are the Edomites in power, we're just going to go in more specifically how it's really Amalek, the top tribe of the Edomites that's pulling all the strings. And as we can see, a lot of them, they're getting revealed right now. A lot of people are turning against them. And hey, as it goes into that Numbers 24, Amalek was the head of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
And if I could say this, Amalek is known as the nation of people that spoiled many people.
Mm-hmm.
So as they have spoiled, so shall they be spoiled. All right. And what's happening now, like you said, Amalek, which is the
small hats,
all right,
the issues,
they right now you're looking at their downfall according to the book of Daniel. Okay, their power is being weakened, so they're in a position of power, which we're going to prove. All right, but that power is in the midst of being translated, as I speak about in Sirach, different scriptures, man, which shows that they are basically falling. They're getting weaker. Okay, but go ahead, brother. I'm gonna get Amalek in the
and it's all the image I'm about to show is the thumbnail of the video, but I'm gonna still put it in there, for those that may just be listening right now. I'm gonna read it out. And these are some of the top positions in the U.S. government right now. The first position is the Secretary of State, Janet Yellen, small hat. The Attorney General, Merrick Garland. The Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas. The Director of National Intelligence, Avril Haines. The White House Chief of Staff, Ron Klein. The Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, which what did he just say recently? Oh, war is violent and it's bloody and it's about to get worse, in reference to that situation with the small hats in Hamas, which that's a fulfillment of prophecy. Jeremiah 49 verse 20, the least of the flock shall draw them out. Because with that situation taking place over there, what do you got? The U.S., that Northern Army being removed off into that land, barren and desolate, into that Middle Eastern region. Iran talking about getting involved, which is going to bring in China, Russia, China. You got Turkey talking about getting involved, et cetera, et cetera. All these nations are getting gathered down into the Valley of Jehoshaphat for that great battle. And who helped kick it off? The least of the flock, Amalek, who's the head of the nations right now, as we can further see by this list. All in the majority of the major positions of the U.S. government is Amalekites.
Yeah, they're the dukes, man.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, you got it, bro.
The White House Chief of Staff, Ron Klein. The Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken. The Deputy Secretary of State, Wendy Sherman.
And these people that's in the position of power is all a family, man. Like, man, the brother was breaking bread and saying, like, no matter what trees or branches of the government, you got these people in there with total control, man.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is in there coming up with no everyday ideas or blatant ideas, or they getting these white thoughts in their head, man. Everything is in order and it's all governed, which government means the what? The control of mind.
Mm-hmm.
So they controlling the mind on all levels through the food, right? The
intelligence services,
all the intelligence services. Okay, the presidents,
the law, the judicial
courts. All right. So your enemies is in charge of everything, whether it's to your right or to your left. you have to understand that you're being ruled and governed. The television, whatever it is, man, entertainment, they control everything. You got the MLB, the NFL, all these three letters, BLM, you got Antifa, any movements, okay, are orchestrated or owned by who? Those people. It don't matter if it's a black movement, BET, whatever you come up with, they own it, man. All right.
Hey, they the same. Both of them wings are the same hateful bird. They both the horns like a lamb on that dragon.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, Republican, Democrat, a lot of them get their money from what? Something called what's it called? I think it's called APAC. Let me look it up.
I got real quick. Got something. This the word Duke because Duke is chief or sovereign for a prince. All right. Now we know Esau got sovereign power. In other words, ain't nobody ruling with E right now, man. All right. He's the prince that eat it in the morning. As a matter of fact, when you get Proverbs, let's say, woe to thy prince when thy king is a child. All right. It says a sovereign prince, okay, a leader, a commander, do say to lead, right? So you get Duke from the word do say, a duke to lead. All right. And in the book of Numbers, which we're gonna bring out in 24. All right. Matter of fact, I'll open up with it and then I'll jump back. This Numbers 24 and 20. It says Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. And we're in the latter end of Amalek, man. This is the grandson of Edom, which is the grandson of Edom, which these are the chief dukes and different things. When you go into, I think it's Genesis 36:16 to speak about the dukes of the sons of Esau, man. Matter of fact, let me pull some of their names up real quick. All right. So again, our enemies know us. You think our enemies don't know Jacob, Judah, the tribes and the 12 tribes? They know all of them, man.
And they let you know it because our apostles and elders bring up that, that example from, I guess it was back in the 80s or the 90s when they were out prophesying and a limousine pulled up and a bunch of rich Edomites in business suits came and looked at the sign and said, how did you find that out? We spent billions of dollars to hide that from you.
I got it.
So they know us. They know who the 12 tribes are. Hence why you got the rap industry and hip hop, which is owned by who? Amalek. Pushing that filth on our people to take them away from their heritage. Every single organization out here has a Amalekite going back to it, and you can see who their main target is: the children of Israel, because they know that when we know who we are, that we can't be stopped when we're calling on our power. But as it said in the book of Judith, when they go from calling on their power, that's when the nations can take advantage of us. And in Psalms 83. That confederacy and nations against us has Edom at the top spot, and then it mentions Amalek as well. Esau 2 times.
Yeah, and he's ruling with an iron-clawed fist, man. Hey, to duke, the other word for duke, it says to strike with the fist. So we all know what Edom is about, man. Edom is about destruction, right? What else? Like
deception, just
right,
pushing wickedness, Hollywood, witchcraft, that put the alphabet lifestyle, all that goes back to an Amalekite.
That's right. Hey, this Genesis 36:15, right? He's the Choil, the churl,
yep, which is a vile person, a lowly base person,
and he's the duke. So he's at the head. And the brother GMS we got next, Mac. Shalom to you, brothers. We just read it. I just read it. But I went in and I'm gonna go into some of the sons of Esau, who are the dukes, which I read what the dukes mean. So the leads and the heads of the world are in control of all these government owned organizations.
And if I could say, being associated with being a duke is a bad thing.
Exactly.
Because you got that TV show, The Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Hazzard is a bad thing.
Yep.
You got that video game character, Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
And hey, nukes are coming to Amalek.
Yep. It says Genesis 36:15. These were the dukes of the sons of Esau, the sons of Eliphaz, the firstborn son of Esau, Duke Teman, right? Which the scriptures speak about.
In that Jeremiah 49 verse 20, it mentions teaming in there.
Teaming. And the scripture speaks about teaming. Like the Lord is against them. There's nothing is for good for them, man.
And if I could say, those Temanites, those German Edomites,
yeah,
and a lot of those Amalekites that came to the Holy Land with the Balfour Declaration and in the 1940s were what? They came from those European countries speaking that Yid, ISH. They came from, Germany, those Eastern European countries, those Central European countries. They were all up in it.
Yep, it says Duke Omar, Duke Zepho, Duke Kanaz, Duke Korah, Duke Gatham, and Duke Amalek. All right, which we honing on them devils.
And real quick, the brother made a good point on their car in the Dukes of Hazzard. They had the Confederate flag, and what? Albert Pike, who was one of the top generals of the Confederacy, he was a well-known Mason. Yep. Which a lot of them Amalekites, they all, Masons, Illuminati, all those secret societies. And wait, lest we forget, who are a lot of those plantation owners? Amalekites, who had a vested interest in the Confederacy, and who owned a lot of them slave ships that brought you so-called Negroes over here to the New World. Amalekites.
That's right. This is Obadiah 1. I'm gonna read 9. I'm gonna start at 8. It says, shall I not in that day say Yahweh even destroy the wise men out of Edom? Because the way that you actually destroy a king before you actually bring him down, you bring his wisdom down, or because at the end of the day, the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. So once he cut into the deception of what he used as a strength thing to manipulate the people and pull a wool over their eyes. All right. Once you start to remove the cover, make him bare, basically you weaken him, man. Mm-hmm. All right. Deception is no longer a strong tool for Eve. So all he could do now is go to that iron claw fish and what? Destruction, man. You got something? Go ahead.
To back that up. And who are the main ones revealing who Amalek, Esau, and the wicked are? The Israelites, the prophets. As we can clearly see, chiefly GMS, a great millstone, not cutting the doctrine with anything else, but giving it to you 144% in truth and clarity. Hey, giving it to you straight. But this is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouthpiece, the prophets, going out, doing lessons like this, going into history books, going into information, showing that you so-called white people are the Edomites, and at the top of that, running these organizations are these Amalekites, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Khan. And that's the second part to this. Yahweh Shai making his second coming to, physically take Amalek and the rest of his nation out of the way. But yeah, the brother brought out that Isaiah 25:7.
Yeah, I was speaking of that veil, man, because again, the scribes of this world being cast down. Once the wisdom of the true wisdom of Yahweh shine the prophets at the scene, it started to break down the strongholds. What did it say? To the pulling down of what? Strongholds, right? Because Edom don't have wisdom, all right? Edom have deception, okay, which is led by the Lord. It says the deceiver and the deceiver is his. So at the end of the day, the prophets is going to be able to break that infrastructure that EF set up, that covering cast. All right, they use the ensigns for signs, as it says in what? Isaiah, man. All right, Baba Gashai, look at that. It says
which Isaiah?
Ensigns for signs. This type of ensigns should come up. This Obadiah 1:8. Shall I not in that day, said Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau? Because when you speak about a mount, what you think of a chief or a high place? All right. You think of a mountain. A mountain is something that's what? That's higher or higher up. So when they speak of E is what? First or lead or head. So mountains are what? High up, man. Okay. So he gonna destroy the the men that are high up in Esau, man.
And we saw,
which are what? The Amalekites. You got it?
and you know, we saw that with this whole thing that happened back in 2020 to 2021. People looked at Esau as, you know, the professional, as a reputable source, hence why a lot of people got that juice in them.
Yep.
It goes to show Esau locked the world down over that thing, and a lot of people followed after it, showing that he is in that head lofty position right now. But I think
74 and 4.
74.
Psalm
Psalms.
74.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Like the brother read, because I'm gonna read that Isaiah 25 and 7, that brother GMS we got next. It says Isaiah 25 and 7, and he will destroy in this mountain what? Mount Esau, man. All right. And the reason why we're saying Mount Esau, you got Mount Petra, or what? America's been what? One of those chief places where these devils dwell. Basra. All right. Like in the ancient times where Esau was ruling. All right. You got what? America. What are some of the other places where they at, man? London.
Yeah. Other than Europe.
All right.
Russia.
This is where chief Edomites are at.
The Holy Land, which they, you know, they illegally in right now.
And the way the Lord gonna destroy them by the mouth of the prophets, man. All right, first, then the destruction coming. Okay, but he have weakened them through the spirit of the prophets, man, through the Lord, which is his mouth. But go ahead.
Everybody's questioning the narrative. They're questioning what happened a couple of years ago, and they're questioning whether they are, you know, the people of the Most High or not. And they getting the people are questioning
everything.
The situation going on with Hamas. That's why they're rushing to have to try to fulfill their agenda, because everybody's questioning them and exposing them.
And their mouths falling on themselves. Whistleblowers, people of their own race, coming back blowing whistles. And guess what? Like you say, the deception is so faulty, and is so faulty now. Everything that come out, people automatically call it what? Oh, that's just some type of agenda for something. This is just a false flag. Everybody is on to whatever they do, man. Pestilence, plagues. Everybody understand that they have
Hawaii,
the Hawaii with the dew weapons. All right, he can't hide himself no more. And again, Esau's wisdom was deception. Once that code got cracked and decoded, he's out here now. All he could go to what is his sword, which we gonna tap into. All this devil could go to is that ironclad fist. Bring that out.
This is Psalm 74 and 4. Thine enemies roar in the midst of thy congregations. They set up their ensigns for signs.
They set up their ensigns for signs, man. All right. Go that word ensigns. What was that? And the enemies roar in the midst of our congregation. You got to think about it. It's all about the men of the Lord at the end of the day, man. All right. Got something?
Distinguishing mark.
Right. But what mark is they trying to set up and implement? We know what that is, a distinguishing mark. All right. So they causing all this chaos, all that KO. They won't bring in. All right. They won't bring in the confusion, right? A problem, reaction, solution. Okay. To what? Ultimately implement this thing, man. All right. Everything leads, all roads lead to the M to the O to the T to the B, man. All right. They won't set up their ensign ultimately, but they'll raw in the congregation, man. Oh, with that picture you put up, put it up again. All them damn devils. Look at this, man. We are totally surrounded. Our enemies have swallowed us up, and they are lively against us, as David said. All right, and the reason why they're alive, because they hold us in on every side, man. All right, our enemies are heavy on us, man, and that's why you got to keep praying. Because David kept praying, because at any time the Lord can use his sword to swallow us up. You want to say something?
Back in that word ensign, it also said a monument.
A what?
A monument.
Right. So in the end time, the Lord is using Esau as a monument, like Pharaoh, to do what? Break him down. Because the Lord monument is Zion, brother. All right. So at the end, we got to stand. But right now, two kings can't rule on a throne at one time. Right now, Esau got the rulership. All right, and it's evident. Go ahead.
They're trying to set up their monument.
Their banner.
That digital, you know, panopticon, or that digital prison they want to set people on with that charagma in them.
And that's why we gotta, if I could say, that's why we gotta bring out the history of our enemies, so the brothers who are in the know can know how to fight, man, how to battle. We can't battle carnally. We gotta battle with the sword of the spirit, man. like in Maccabees, that golden sword, which is this word. All right. We gotta know the history of our enemies, the way he move, what he do, his tactics, right? All right. Some of his things, the way we can what? We can counter him all day, man. Go ahead, brother.
Omen.
His trickery, his witchcraft, his sorcery. If we can understand that, all right, we're able to what? Counter everything that he do in a spiritual way, though, not in a physical way. Go ahead.
Kind of pretty much it.
That's it.
Kind.
Yeah, a token. So they signs are up. The banners of the wicked is up, but it being tore down, all right, because of the wicked. And they're being tore down because of the righteous. Because the righteous is raising that banner. And what they doing, they upgrade, man. That banner is this Bible, this word. All right, go ahead, brother. Well, let me finish in Obadiah. You can break it down. You can bring out what you got. It's Obadiah 1:8. Shall I not in that day, said Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Teman, out of Edom, and understanding out of Mount of Esau?
Hey, everybody's looking at America as a joke right now.
Joke.
They're not believing anything these officials are saying. The story is just getting holes put through it like Swiss cheese. Hence why you're seeing such a bad. You wouldn't have seen it in the past. You might have seen little things here and there, but not like now. A lot of people are actually siding with those Palestinians against those little hats because they know what? You're legally there. You're bombing, innocent women and children and men and stuff. And what? They know America's backing you. But as we can clearly see, who's at the head running America right now? Amalekites.
Hey, all these other nations know that you the damn devil, Esau. It's only our people don't know. And right, you got the elect man and the prophets. They know, but the mass majority of Israel, they don't know. Like he said, owner ass is his master crib. An ox know it is owner, but but my people don't know. Everybody know that he's the devil. That's why all these other nations is what? Getting up for war against him, man. They're gonna all switch on him. The mother, Britain, everybody gonna change on this devil because they know he's the devil, man. Go ahead, brother. I got a little more. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. You got it.
And that's what it's coming to. World War III, Esau being taken out of power, then Esau going into slavery. And then what? As it'll say in that Obadiah, 18, that the house of Esau shall be for stubble. After that first 1,000 years, once everything's set up, every single Edomite, man, woman, child, young and old, is going to be, permanently culled from this planet by fire, because you were created to be the wicked and nothing else. And, you've done a great job at showing why you don't need to be in rulership. Because if you were allowed to rule indefinitely, like, this planet would become a desolate, uninhabitable wasteland. But hey, call Halal Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahweh Shah. We're at the end of this wicked, madness you've set up.
Yeah, he have all he did was planted wickedness. He rooted wickedness, man, throughout the earth. Now it's time for them to get plucked up. Like it says in Ecclesiastes, there's a time for planting, there's a time for plucking up. Okay, you planted your wickedness, not a law about to pluck you up, man.
What's that one?
And that brother GMS Gabal Adamina, Shalom brother. It says Sirach, Ecclesiastes of Sirach 10:10. The physician cut it off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. Right? Because and that tomorrow, all right, but before you die altogether, you're gonna serve them 1,000 years in the kingdom of heaven where the Israelites is ruling, and have y'all devils as slaves. And after that 1,000 years, y'all gonna be cut off by slaughter, man. Going to the book of Obadiah, which is one chapter, but it's powerful, man.
Hey, you know that one in Esdras where it's talking about, the righteous cannot come up except that the wicked.
Oh, 4 and 23, 22. So that evil be sown, blown away. Should be 4, 2 and 4.
Here it is.
Go ahead.
Kind of just to back up what you were saying. Hey, with that Ecclesiastes 3, there's a time to plant and a time to pluck up. Hey, this wickedness has been planted and has, fulfilled its lot, reached its bounds which it cannot pass, and now it's about to get plucked up, and that righteous seed that actually benefits the earth is about to take root.
Yeah. But go ahead.
This is 2 Esdras chapter 4, verse 28. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. And when Esau came back into power during the Renaissance, around 500 years ago, that's when that wickedness had to be sown to get us to where we're at right now. The third woe, the MOTB, we had to fall off from knowing who we were as a nation and then come back. The remnant come back in these last times to expose this devil. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. For the grain of the evil seed hath been sown. Let me see. That's pretty much it. Like, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, which is happening right now, hey, the wicked being revealed by the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh's mouth, and then what? That physical raid coming, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh destroying him with the brightness of his coming. And if the place whereof the evil is sown pass not away, which we're seeing right now, that covering cast being taken off of the nations, the wise men of Edom losing that wisdom, Esau being exposed, then cannot it come that is sown with good. So we had to go through these wicked times. Prophecy had to be fulfilled, but what? We're at the time where those prophecies are going to be fulfilled. And then part 2 takes place. As the elder brother of Chicago, Malcolm, likes to say, manifest destiny has a part 2. And that's Israel coming into power and setting up shop, setting in that righteous branch. And, underneath that is you Edomites going into slavery, beginning with Amalek.
Give me, I'll go shot if you can. Give me Psalms 119 and 126. Because it's been a long time coming for this, man. And brothers could see it. It said we see that day approaching. We seeing our enemies fall before our eyes, right? They got the prophecy, and I believe it's a rocket. 3 things I would before I to live to have
see
joy
the downfall of my enemy
and the joy of thy enemy. But we're actually in the spirit of enjoying our enemies fall. We're looking at all these nations making a trench around our enemies. All right, even though they all enemies against each other, and they're gonna all fight each other. All right, ultimately our Lord gonna come and conquer them all. But we know we at that point to where a war gonna start, and our Lord gonna intervene in that war, man, according to biblical prophecy.
If I could say,
go ahead.
They enjoyed our downfall. They sent, as it says in Revelation 11, they sent presents to each other, and they rejoiced that those 2 prophets tormented them not anymore.
Yeah. So we rejoice in that what it says if kingdom be against kingdom,
it cannot stand.
Be divided. You got Putin against whatever you got Edomite on Edomite. They all beefing, man.
The kingdom of the United States against Russia, Europe against the U.S. and what? If a house be divided, it cannot stand. Within the tribes of Esau, they're divided. Your average your average everyday Edomite knows that these Amalekites are screwing them over. So they're exposing them, and they want to get their hands on them as well.
That's right.
Esau is divided from the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
So as I said, it cannot stand and will not stand.
Hey, how you break a man down? You infiltrate and what? Divide and conquer. And that's what's being done to Esau. Now, Esau did it to us for years, brother. And they rejoiced. They sent gifts, like the brother said. We are completely divided as a nation, man. All right. But we started to come back together when those sinews and that spirit got up on us. As you see, brothers now from different tribes coming together, understanding what's the will of the Lord, man. All right. And guess what? A great fear fell upon our enemies. Fear is on our enemies. They're scrambling right now.
And what the brother said it, he said it earlier in here. One of them gutter rat women said, the biggest threat, the biggest problem that the small hats have right now is the young black generation. And it's mainly what? Brothers, of course we have the apostles and elders and the older brothers, but it's a lot of younger brothers, waking up to being Israelites and prophesying.
It ain't the 2/3, because they're not
they playing into their agenda.
Yeah, they playing into the agenda.
They being black, thugs, whore, all that shit.
It's the ones that's opposing themselves. All right, that's the problem. Because again, if we just reading out a book and we some broke, cursed people, it shouldn't matter. Y'all are control, y'all rule everything, man. All right. If you name it, they rule it. Period, man.
That's what you get when you're the first of the nations.
But when you're the first of the nations, all right. And I also think you get when you're the first, you get the last. That's a balance. Now that's what I call an even exchange. If it's anything extra, you could keep the change, man. All right. But nonetheless, that brother put it up there. Remember I mentioned that? They that spoiled, these shall be spoiled. But read that. We won't get that we won't get that brother Jim Escobar diamond on fire. He's dropping them. And he put that Ciroc in there for me that I mentioned with the 25 and 7.
This is
9 things. Go ahead.
This is Sirach 119 and 126. It is time for thee, Yahweh, to work, for they have made void thy law.
Right. So we pray to the Lord for the Lord to work. And he have been working. All right. Because you see the spirit of the Israelites and brothers getting what? Waxing stronger and stronger. It said that the house of David shall wax stronger and stronger. It said in the latter days, he's going to raise up the ruins of David. They raised up, man. All right. Now you see those stones, all right, coming one upon each other, brother, and that house being fully built. All right. That whole house of David. Okay. And what you're saying is an erecting of what? Righteousness is coming, man. All right. And righteousness always overpower wickedness. And again, if the light come to what? The dark scatter. That's just the way things work, man. And these devils is shaking in their boots, man. Okay? Because they had the opportunity with the Lord law. And the Lord like, what have you to do with my law? Because you profane. Get that in Psalms 50 and 22, 21.
And just to back up that, back in that Ecclesiastes 3, it said there was a time there's a time to cast away stones and a time for them to be gathered. Those stones are being gathered right now. Wasn't that 1 Peter chapter 2? Y'all are all lively stones, building up that temple of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
And who's that chief cornerstone? Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, this one made with our hands. All right. And that's why they're gonna be broken with our hands, like Yahweh Shai said. You know, Book of Day, they shall be broken with our hands, man. Book of Esdras. The Lord gonna break these people, man. Our Lord gonna break them. Go ahead. That's why it says time for thee, it's time for thee, O Lord, to work. That's in all caps, man. When Yahweh sent his angels, all right, to break this place down, and Yahweh Shai, the Lord working, man. He said, I'm a work in your day that it be told to you wouldn't believe. Part of it is coming in out with our salvation, brother. That go a long way. All right, we remembered ourselves in the land of our captivity. Our enemies is falling. We get spiritual powers. All this is that work. The Lord gonna work because we can't believe it. The strangeness of our salvation, all that is part of that work, man. And that day is upon us. Go ahead, brother.
This is Psalms 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
Yeah, saying you have the Bible all in the White House doing the inauguration. You got the Apocrypha. All right. These devils, bro, these devils, what you call it, the popes and them niggas over there,
the Vatican,
the Christian church or whatever, man. Okay, these niggas is poison in everything, man. All right. Any part of the Bible for good. Okay, they what? They're making mockery out of it. Okay, they lifting up false pastors, signs, or whatever, man, just so they could come against the statutes of the Lord, to keep the children of the Lord in subjection. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, the majority of those small hats over in the Holy Land, identify as secular or atheists. They don't even believe in a higher power.
Yeah.
But I got a quick one just to back that up. This is Isaiah 26, verse 10. Let favor be shewed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of Yahweh.
That's right, you got it.
Point blank, period. They over in the Holy Land right now, in control of it. But, you've got a parliament and a government that has laws separate from the scriptures. Tel Aviv is known as Pink City. They got kosher pork, atheists, whores, and feminism there. Tattoo parlors. They got they need physical weapons to defend themselves.
Just had a freak parade over there. They all look like they had Mardi Gras over there, man. Hey,
they were in the midst of partying when Hamas came and handled business.
In the house of mirth, it's gonna be morning, man. All right, and that land, like you say, those none of y'all in that land. It's not for none of y'all, man. And you stinking ass Palestinians, y'all getting what y'all deserve too. I think I heard Apostle John says over 10,000 of them dead, man.
Hey,
maybe more.
it says in Joel chapter 3, it mentioned the I'm gonna just get it. I don't want to paraphrase it because you Arabs had a hand in our downfall too.
Yep.
This is Joel chapter 3.
Yeah, they got
verse
paid up.
4.
They built some ships, man.
They
Yep,
built
go
the
ahead.
ships that
They built the
Amalek
ships
bought
that Amalek bought.
to send us here. Yeah. And what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon? Speaking to you Hamites, which helped in gathering us up from the west coast and all the coasts of Palestine.
Yep, the whole coast.
You Arab, you so-called Arabs, you Ishmaelites, will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head?
Hey, you got Ashkelon, which I believe when you look up that word, it means of fiery wrath or something like that. All right, you got Ashdod bastards dwelling in there. All around Israel is polluted, man, defiled.
You got
that's why that's why the Lord gonna knock that place off, man.
Oh, it's getting
all right
too.
It's getting smoked. I think it's in Zechariah. Look for it. The one in Zechariah.
Ashkelon. I just put in the fire.
Yeah, the fire of what?
Ashkelon means the fire of infamy.
I shall be what?
I shall be weighed.
In the judgment, man. All right, the Lord coming with his fire. You guys.
And it said a maritime city of the Philistines, which is the Palestinian.
That's like the Palestinians, man.
The word Palestinian goes back to Philistine, which the original Philistines were Hamites, but those Palestinians today are you Ishmaelites, you so-called Arabs, which is what it's talking about in that Joel 3 when it talks about Palestine. You Ishmaelites.
Gaza. Listen, all y'all over there in that land. I did a video on that, went into some of those words. Tel Aviv, Ashdod, they all you see they all surrounded it. That's why the Lord gonna tear that whole land up, man. All right, Jerusalem, all the people, the land is polluted, is defiled. And remember, that's the pit the Lord loves. So y'all are defiling the holy land of the Lord. The men of the Lord not that. All right, they forced those Israelites who want to bench, who they forced them to come on.
You got to get out of here.
You got to get out of here. And y'all shouldn't be over there anyway. The Lord gonna kill y'all last, man. All right.
You consider that mercy from the Lord that He's getting in to kick you out of the land, because anybody that's in that land when them nukes start flying, nobody's making it out of that land pretty much. That's right. Just like nobody outside of the elect is making it out of America, Babylon.
The Lord gonna hit. The Lord gonna knock everybody yama because motherfucker, man.
They're gonna make them Shirley Temple curls spin.
Yeah, the Lord, what you call those little when they get baptized, like Drake and them be doing it.
The bar mitzvah.
The bar mitzvah. The Lord gonna throw he gonna nuke the bar mitzvahs, everything, man. Go ahead, brother.
He's gonna throw away the baby with the bath water.
With the bath water, man. The Lord ain't playing around. All right, but you got that. You got the Psalms.
Which one? The 50.
Yeah,
I'm still in there.
Okay, come. Go ahead.
Seeing thou hatest instruction and casteth my words behind thee.
Yep.
Keep where you want to go.
Yeah. Because again, they have used the Bible wickedly. They use the Bible to control the minds of the Israelites during those harsh times of slavery. And they cast the word behind them, man. They don't believe in the word of the Lord, man. They are profane. Go ahead.
They mainly followed that Talmud.
Yeah, that Talmud. Like you said, them niggas follow everything but God. All right, they give you Muslim niggas the jailhouse doctrine. All right, and they listen. They don't really give us the word of the Lord, man. But go ahead, brother.
And there was one Edomite that did like a 4-hour documentary. I got it on here. I'm gonna just read the title of it. Elder Malcolm was going into it. It was titled, what was it? The Khazarian Mafia, the God Eaters. And that Edomite in there was going into notice how them priests and the Pope, what do they wear on their head? They wear the little hat.
They wear the little hat.
Because that's an infiltrated organization,
right.
Amalek as well. All roads lead back to Amalek. And fire is going to follow all them roads back to Amalek. And Amalek going to be taken out of power. You want me to keep going in that 50?
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 18. When thou sawest a thief, then thou contendest with him, and has been partaker with adulterers,
go ahead.
Hey, so you took part with adulterers, thieves, all the wickedness, because you are wicked.
You are wicked.
Then thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth mischief. Thou sittest and speaketh against thy brother.
Yep.
Thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
Yep.
These things hast thou done, and I kept silence.
Yep. So by the Lord keeping silence, according to the book of Proverbs, the book of Romans 13. All right. The Lord, it said, the powers that be are ordained by the Lord. So since the Lord kept silent and allowed them, keeping silent is basically to let them continue to torture us and do, because he said, if you could get that, brother, or one of you brothers could post that on the comment board. I was a little rough with them, but they went, they overdid it. Baba Shop, you keep reading. One of the brothers could post it on there. He was a little rough, but they overdid it, man. You know, if you find it or whatever, the brother posted on
these things hast thou done, and I kept silence.
And he kept silent. Yep.
Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself.
So how can the Lord be wicked? All right, the Lord is righteous, and there's like none else, brother. So the wicked think the Lord is like him because sentence against evil work is not executed speedily. It's fully set for the sons of men to do evil, brother. All right. So as they doing evil, they're increasing in their confidence to do it, brother. All right. So the Lord letting them lift themselves up like Pharaoh to cast them down, according to the book of Isaiah. But go ahead, brother.
But I will reprove thee, and set them in order before thine eyes.
So when he reprove the wicked, he gonna set them in order before their eyes, man. Okay.
I got that one.
Yeah, go ahead. You got it.
But as I said, I will reprove thee. Amalek and Esau as a whole is getting reproved right now, getting exposed, and set them in order before thine eyes. Hey, those dead bodies waking up, getting the sinews and the flesh, but ultimately that breath of life being breathed back into them. And then getting that stick, then 2 sticks with the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom, putting them together, going out and prophesying and waking up the rest of the elect.
That's right. Hey, this Wisdom of Solomon 2:14. It says he was 13. He professed to have the knowledge of our power when he called himself the child of the Lord. All right. He was made to reprove our thoughts. All right. You're looking at the reprover or the thoughts of the wicked to reprove them. And even after he reproved the wicked, he set us in order before their eyes, man. It still got to be a judgment. They still got judgment to go, man. You're going to come out of power and then get thrown down. Go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah 47, verse 6. I was wroth with my people.
Yep.
I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand.
Yep.
Thou didst shew them no mercy.
They did what?
Thou didst shew them no mercy.
So it says in the book of James that if thou judge with no mercy, I'm gonna get it. Thou shalt be shown no mercy. I got it, brother. Go ahead.
Hey. And what's the same Revelation 18? Do double unto them as thou hast done unto you.
That's right.
Everything you Edomites did unto us, hey, it's going to return unto you double fold. And the brother brought out that Jeremiah 30, verse 6. All they that spoil thee shall be a spoil.
Yeah,
let thee into captivity shall go into captivity, Khan.
James 2:13. For he shall have judgment without mercy that have shown no mercy. And mercy rejoiceth against judgment. Because when we get the mercy of the Lord and the Lord put the judgment on you, we're going to rejoice, man. All right. Just as we rejoice in that prophecy that Ezra speak about, all right, with Yahushua coming back, we're going to rejoice. Because once we will be enjoying back to our Lord as joint heirs in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to be rejoicing, man. Go ahead, brother.
This is back in that Isaiah 47. Thou didst shew them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Yep, the ancient. Even it says, let us, I'm right here. This is Wisdom of Solomon 2:11. It's in 10. It says, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare a widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age, man.
And nobody of our nation received any mercy under this devil.
At all. Our ancient forefathers, all right, you put them in frying pans. You go to the Maccabees, but he ain't show no Israelite mercies. All right, you got the devil Antiochus. All right, we don't even start getting to them. All right, you got
Herod.
Herod.
Yeah, you know, Jake even just a couple of decades ago, Jake getting lynched, Israelite men and women getting lynched, women getting their stomachs cut open and the babies pulled out, all that stuff.
You had Nero.
Mm-hmm.
Now you had all these devils had their hands in touching us. I believe the Lord let every Edomite touch us, so when he judged them, he really could touch every last one of them, man. Had them in some kind of power to where they offended us or did something. Well, the Lord gonna be righteous in his judgment, man. All right. All you devils had a hand in touching us. Get that in Obadiah. You finished with that?
Time.
Once started by like 1 and 11. We start getting ready to wind it down too, brother.
Con.
You was finished what you was reading?
Con. This is Obadiah 1 verse 11. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side,
yep,
in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and it's talking about when the Neo-Babylonians under Nebuchadnezzar came against the southern kingdom and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast as one of them.
Yep.
But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother,
yep,
in the day that he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah,
yep,
in the day of their destruction.
Yep. Hey, this devil, remember Judah had to pass through his land when he wanted the
12 tribes under Moses when we were coming out of Egypt.
Hey, and then you had the time when Jacob had to pass through Esau's land. He had to be manipulative to let him go. He was gonna kill him because Isaac, Isaac had these say the days of my father at hand, and then I would slay my brother Jacob. But you looked upon us, man. You looked upon us to what? To kill us, man. Several times, man. All right. And that's why you right now, you're a vigilante in the earth. You still running around trying to kill us, man. If it wasn't for the Lord, like the Lord said in Lamentations, it's because of the Lord that is the Lord's mercy we're not consumed. Only reason why this devil ain't kill us all yet, all right, and totally annihilate us, because the hand of the Lord is on us, man. Go ahead, brother.
Not for lack of trying.
Yep, not from the lack of trying. All right, because this devil had it this way, he'll kill every last Israelite baby there is, and then kill all the rest of the Israelites. Go ahead, brother.
And with that example, with Moses, when they were coming out of Egypt, the first nation that came against them was who? Amalek. Hence why the Lord said, I will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
That's right.
And then when Jake, asked to go through Esau's land just to pass through, they said, we ain't going to buy any food or drink any water. They came out with the sword and said, hey, if any of you come through here, we're going to put you to death. All that's been held in account, and that judgment, that recompense is quickly coming.
Great.
Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress.
Yeah.
Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yeah, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Because
he said they forward their affliction. The Lord said he was just a little bit rough with us, but they forward the affliction, man. Go ahead out.
And show no mercy.
And show no mercy, man. Go ahead out.
Verse 14, neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape.
Yep.
Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen.
Yep.
As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
I'm looking for something. Go ahead.
For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, which when we read in Psalms 83, all the nations, had a hand in coming against Israel to cut us off from being a nation.
Right.
So shall all the heathen drink continually. And what's the saying? Lamentations, a rejoice now, O daughter of Edom, because you shall drink down that cup, which is speaking of slavery, and thy nakedness and shame shall be shown. Yep. They shall drink and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, the southern kingdom, and the house of Joseph, the northern kingdom, a flame. all 12 tribes back together in rulership, and the house of Esau for stubble,
Mm-hmm.
and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining in the house of Esau, for Yahweh has spoken it.
Yeah, the Lord got a bounty out. But you know how you have those ancient movies like they got the picture say wanted, dead or alive.
Yeah, the Westerns.
Yeah, we're gonna have you alive for 1,000 years, and then it's gonna appear a picture say we're gonna put out pictures in the kingdom of heaven. How you know brothers just think of little things to do in the kingdom, all right? And we're gonna put out wanted, dead, not alive.
It's gonna say
not alive. And alive gonna be cut out. It's gonna say dead.
Alive and dead.
Alive
you can
and
be alive and be put to death.
God. This is Zechariah 1:14. It says, so the angel that communed with me said unto me, cry thou, saying, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, of armies, I am jealous for Jerusalem and for Zion with a great jealousy. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. For I was but a little displeased, and they held forward the affliction.
Hey, you exceeded the bounds with what you were supposed to do with the children of Israel. And I mean, look at these other heathen nations. Yeah, they ran Jake through, but what? They didn't take it to the level that you Edomites took it.
Well, they took our identity from us, man.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this go around. Jake don't remember who he is. Now the Lord did it through biblical prophecy, according to Jeremiah 17:4. He said, thou, even thou, shall discontinue from the heritage that he have gave. So he even told Jeremiah. Right now, Jeremiah ain't know for a time who he is. He probably know now. He's woke, you know, according to biblical prophecy.
You know he an Israelite.
You know he an Israelite now, but he
prophet.
Mm-hmm. Every captivity, brothers, we knew we was Israelites at least,
and they acknowledged we were Israelites.
They acknowledged we was Israelites. Like you say, some made pacts with the rulers around that time. We did with the Antiochus and the Maccabees and
that 400 years.
Yeah, they was making pacts. You know, let us, you know, build a temple or deal with the temple. Then they stopped, came against it, but they still let us know who he is. Right now, they wouldn't tell us that Yahweh Shai is our heavenly Father and the Son and the angels, and we really the true children of Israel. But the prophets, the Lord have put the spirit back. All right, that's okay. All right, because in the land of captivity, we're gonna remember ourselves by way of the spirit of the Lord and the unction to know all things, man. All right, it was put back in us. You see, but go ahead, brother.
But speak for itself. They exceeded the bounds.
They exceeded.
They violently took our identity away from us and stole our identity. You Edomites did the most, so what? You're going to receive the most during captivity. You getting that double. I just had one more.
I got you can end it with that.
Okay.
This is Jeremiah 3:16. It says, therefore all that devoured thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity.
Hey, the heathen shall drink continually. And at the top of that list, at the top of the charts, deal with all these heathens, all you Edomites. And you devoured us, you devoured our identity, you devoured our land, and you devoured our women and children, our riches, all that. So what? All that stuff's going to be devoured from you. And hey, we're going to be, you know, we're going to be fair in the kingdom. We're not going to take your identity from you. We're going to heavily push your identity, who you are.
Well,
Esau, Edom.
Because the men of the Lord, we at the end of the day, we righteous. We're going to let you know who you is so you can remember your history.
Mm-hmm.
So you can remember your judgment.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, we and the heathens too. That's why I say the heathens at that time, they gonna go to their land. We, like you say, y'all gonna be in captivity. We're gonna let y'all know who y'all is. Y'all gonna know who we are. Most importantly, which the nations do know who we are, but they don't respect us, man. All right. They're gonna have respect unto us in the kingdom of heaven, man. All right. And it said, let me read it again. It says, all our adversaries, all thine adversaries. If you go to the book of Psalms, chapter 83, all right, you got what? All our adversaries in there. All y'all, every one of them shall go into captivity. We're going to have all the nations in captivity. Now, the other nations, the dead, they're going to go to their lands. All right. As we speak about in what is Revelation, the dead shall.
The time of the dead, they shall be judged.
Yeah, that they should be judged. But hey, they got to go to their land and they're going to be in captivity. They're going to come up to where they gotta come up. They're gonna keep them beers on their face or whatever kept up for them. They're gonna have to give all the rule to Yahweh. Why Yahweh ain't gonna be no none of gods. All right. They gotta do what they gotta do. They gotta, well, it says when the Israelites in authority, the people rejoice. The other nations gonna be happy we ruling, man. And that you double your ass is gone. It says, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
And you're going to be a spoil and a prey, Esau. Hey, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Say the Most High, remembers every single thing, and every single thing is going to be brought back unto you double. But in righteousness, all that weirdo shit, none of that going to take place. And as the brother Malcolm, elder brother Malcolm brought up, it's going to, like how it pains us in our spirit to have to live in a wicked society. Since Esau's the wicked, for him to live in a righteous society, it's gonna, because he won't be able to do anything. He's profound. He's gonna be
he outside of righteousness. So that's why I say let righteousness rain down as a stream, and let judgment rain down as a stream, and righteousness is mighty waters. So those waters is gonna rain on Esau parade, man, brother. Esau can't take his kryptonite is righteousness, and he's gonna be in the kingdom of righteousness. Just like our kryptonite right now is fucking wickedness, man. All right, and that's why we are pleading to the Lord to get up out of this hellhole so we can rule in righteousness, brother. Go ahead, Doc.
He a literal vampire. When when the light hits his ass, he gets burned by it.
Get burnt, literally.
But this is 2nd Esdras chapter 6.
You can bring it out.
I'm gonna start at verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? What are the signs to come, and what should I look for? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. Verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, the age, this current age, which in that statue that Nebuchadnezzar saw at the very bottom was what? The feet, the iron toes mixed with miry clay, which is that reincarnated Roman Empire under the Edomites, which Amalek is at the head of. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, that great millstone, Yahushai, breaking the feet, which when you break the feet of anything, that takes the whole thing down.
That's the stability, the foundation.
And so, Jacob is the beginning of the world that followeth, that age of righteousness, which is quickly coming upon us, and nobody can do anything about it, especially you goddamn Amalekites.
Yeah, the first shall be last, and the last shall be first, man. Now you understand what it is, and we last with everything. So that can only be, that only could mean, look, them niggas and spicks and tontos, whatever you want to call it, they about to be in first place, man. Especially the chief ones of them, man, at 144,000, at 12,000 out each tribe that joined, saw in Revelation, all right? And that other prophets on it, those men, man, all right, that was given thrones, okay? Occupied thrones about to be occupied with Israelites, men with beards on their face, man. So-called niggas, all right? So, yeah, man, that's it. You devils get ready to, I think that was the brother Uriah put in there, Bob Knight died or something like that. Yeah, he got to get ready for slavery.
He's coming straight back in chains.
He's coming straight back in chains. All right, he got to get straight ready for slavery, man. He had a good run here. All right, he gonna have a horrible run in the kingdom of heaven. But let the will of the Lord fulfill itself and take place, and pray that the Lord remain and keep us patient until we can receive that which is written. So that's it. That's it. If you close it out.
So with that, we hope you sincere Akim and Akwath were edified by this lesson. And again, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May brothers endure until the end. Ababa Ball, Kwam Yasharala,
Kwam Yasharala,
Shalom.
Shalom.